Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining Parkinson Voice Project for today's Speak Out home practice session. My name is Samantha Allendary. I'm a speech language pathologist and the founder of Parkinson Voice Project, and I'm here to help you establish and maintain a consistent Speak Out home practice routine. Today is TGIF. Everybody say it. TGIF. Every letter with intent. Ready? TGIF. So on Fridays, we do things a little bit differently. We do more of a speak out warm up. A speak out warm up is so important. And I know those of you that have been practicing with me a long time, you have heard this over and over, but I cannot stress it enough. Everybody with Parkinson's should be doing their speak out exercises in the morning. And then later in the evening or in the afternoon, before you get together with friends or have dinner or have an important meeting or want to make some phone calls, you should do a warm up. You should warm up your voice. Just like someone who plays an instrument in the symphony will practice in the morning and then before their performance, they will warm up their instrument. You need to warm up your instrument too. So on Fridays, we do more of a warm up. Now in the future, something to look forward to, the faculty members from our Speak Out Therapy and Research Centers, we have 16 of them now. They will be conducting the Friday sessions. And I'm excited about that because it's good for you to practice with someone else. So I think that will be really interesting to get to do some. It'll still be based on the speak out exercises, but it'll be neat to see what they come up with for their themes. So, all right. First water. Water first. Everybody with intent. The faculty members from the Therapy and Research Centers are still at Parkinson Voice Project. They leave today at about 1 p.m. and go back to their home states. But it's been a wonderful week with them. A lot of training on speak out and efficiency and customer service and the values and principles that we hold so dear at Parkinson Voice Project. But it's been a good week. All right. We're going to do a speak out warm up, okay, is 3 may, me, my, mo, moos. Ready? May, me, my, mo, moo. Connect them. May, me, my, mo, moo. Again. May, me, my, mo, moo. Good. So 3 may, me, my, mo, moos. Now we're going to do 3 ahs. Ready? Ah. Good. Let's do it again. Keep the sound consistent. Think about it. Good. Let's say, go ahead and get some water. Let's say you're on your way to dinner. I don't like you to do these exercises if you're driving. When you're driving, I want you to drive with intent. But if you are in the passenger seat, this is a great time to do your speak out warm up and just tell yourself, I'm projecting my voice to the car in front of me. All right. Then for the warm up, you'll do 3 glides. Ready? Again. Good. Really think about it. So what we're doing basically, maybe you haven't used your voice too much during the day and we're just waking it up. Let's do one more glide. Make sure to keep that mouth open all the way. Let's get a sip of water. All right. Then for a speak out warm up, okay, we'll count to 10 forward and backward. We're not going to stop, but I don't want you to do this all in one breath. Just take a breath whenever you need to. Stretch out the numbers. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Backwards. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Throw those numbers to the car in front of you. Let's do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Backward. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. And then the last part of a warm-up, a vocal warm-up, before you go out to dinner or have an important meeting, something like that, is to recite something that you know very well, okay? Something you know very well. So we're going to do a nursery rhyme, okay? Now, I'm not doing this because it's easy or anything. I know that we're adults and all of that. It doesn't matter what you recite, just as long as you know it very well. So the pledge, a prayer, the words to a song, an old college fight song or high school song that you know. But we're just going to do a nursery rhyme. So we're going to do Humpty Dumpty, okay? And we will recite it 3 times with intent. Imagine you're sitting in the car and you're projecting the words in front of you. We're trying to wake up the whole system. Ready? Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. All the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty together again. See, I almost forgot the words. Let's do it again, okay? Deliberate. Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. All the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty together again. Do it one more time. Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. All the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty together again. And then that's your warm-up. For those of you who might be thinking that's a little bit childish to do a nursery rhyme, please let me explain, okay? Before we had the Speak Out workbook, the reading part of the Speak Out protocol was actually reading children's books. And the reason we do that, there is more expression in children's books, okay, or rhymes. People with Parkinson's struggle with a monotone voice. So we want to read something that's going to require more expression and make the vocal folds move the way we want. We also do not want the reading part, I know we were reciting, but the reading part to turn into a cognitive exercise. We don't want you to be too enthralled in what you're saying. We're just trying to strengthen the muscles. And so sometimes doing something like a nursery rhyme that comes back to you pretty quickly is a good way to exercise the speech and swallowing mechanism. All right, I just showed you the vocal warm-up. Now what we're going to do is something completely different. I'm going to ask you to explain the work, okay, in one sentence, just one sentence, of different occupations, okay? So I want you to tell me, what does a mailman do? Okay, so hopefully you said, a mailman delivers the mail. And I want you to reach for that last word. Go ahead. The mailman delivers the mail. Total control, every word with intent. Tell me, what does a chef do? And I'm looking down at my book when you see me looking down. All right. What does a barber do? What does a doctor do? I want you to name at least 5 different types of doctors. Think of your doctors. Name 5 different ones. We're working on speaking out in conversation. Go ahead and think of 5 different types of doctors. Like a neurologist is one. Go ahead, think of 4 more. Next question. Tell me what a farmer does. Where you live, what are some crops that are common there? What are farmers growing in your area? Say each one with intent. Next, I really want you to focus on speaking with intent. What does a fisherman do? Now I want you to name 5 different kinds of fish. Of the 5 different fish you just named, which one is the largest? Now I'll ask you a different question. If you wanted to go out to dinner tonight and have fish, where would be a good place in your area to go do that? What I'm trying to do right now is for example, the book that I'm working out of, it's not the Speak Out workbook, it's a different speech therapy workbook. But what's on the page only says, make up a sentence about what this occupation does. You can take what's in your Speak Out workbook, you can take the flashcards, and you can change it up to make it more like real life conversation. So if you and a friend were going out for a nice fish dinner, let's say, how much would it cost? Now I want you to give me directions from your house to the nearest, let's not say fish, maybe you don't like fish, I don't know. Give me directions from your house or where you live to your favorite restaurant. And as you give the directions, be very specific and use your very best voice. Okay, I'm going to go to the next one in the book, okay? Tell me, what does a pilot do? I want you to name 5 different airlines. How much do you think a plane ticket would cost from where you live to Dallas? And if you are in Dallas, pick a different location. But from coming from where you are to coming to Dallas, how much would a plane ticket be? Now tell me, what's the last vacation you went on? Where did you go on your last vacation? I want you to tell me how long ago that vacation was and who did you go with? And one more question, okay? Think back to that last vacation. What was your favorite part of that vacation? And really think about saying every word with intent. Good. It is very challenging to go from doing the speak out exercises to really incorporating intent into your conversational speech. What the materials in your speak out workbook or in the e-library are just tools. We call them stimuli. They're to trigger other conversation. So take what's in the book and then make it up and try to apply it more to real life and then practice, because conversation is never going to be automatic. With Parkinson's, it's not possible. Even the more you practice it, it will never be automatic, because automatic movements require dopamine and people with Parkinson's don't have enough dopamine. So in order to make your conversation intentional, when all your life conversation was automatic, you have to practice at it. So take what you learned during today's session and practice with your spouse, with your children, with a neighbor, okay? Practice, practice, practice. The more you practice, the better it will get. Thank you so much for joining me, and thank you to everybody who has already contributed to our June challenge. We have until June 30th to raise $250,000. Once we do that, a very generous couple is going to contribute an additional $100,000. But the challenge is an all or nothing challenge, so we must raise the full $250,000. We need your help. Please go to our website, or you may be on our mailing list. Maybe you received a letter in the mail and it's sitting in your big pile of mail on your desk. Please go ahead and make a donation before June 30th. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will be back on Monday. Thank you.